And we are back with the third run on this streak. We're going to play Zoltan C now, which I nearly played in the previous run, but I had rolled Federation C and not realized that I had managed to do it randomly. So I did go ahead and do them in the order that I rolled them in. But I will not. I'm not gonna, then back away from doing this ship because, I rolled these. These were the first two ships that I rolled after my initial Fed B. I just had a bit of confusion about getting to them. So this ship is actually now my joint worst win rate, because my worst win rate was Federation C. The win in the last run means that these two have an equal win rate on them since I started tracking a couple of months ago. I managed on this ship to lose 3 runs in one night a few weeks ago while being very, very frustrated, and instead of doing the wise thing and rolling a random ship after losing, I picked this and played it several times in a row and managed to lose 3 times due to very, very bad things happening in Sector 1. This ship is quite weak. It's most notable for having only 2 power bars. You have to rely on moving the Zoltans around. It's also got this weak sort of ions and drones set up. You can make this work, and indeed the last couple times I played this ship, I've had to make this work. It's a little bit tricky to get weapons on this ship because, like with most ships in FTL, if you take the starting weapons and you add a flak to it, you're really, really happy. If you're playing NGB, which is a terrible ship, you add a flak to that, you're really, really pleased. You use that with the heavy laser, you crush stuff for the first half of the game. You add a flak on, Castrolay or something, you're absolutely laughing all the way to the bank. On this ship, because you've got an ion weapon, it's a little bit tricky because you're using the ion to clear shields, which is what flak is best at. And, if you add, say, a burst 1 on this ship, once ships start turning up with 2 shields, it's a little bit slow. It's difficult to actually get shots through. So I've had most success with this ship recently in terms of adding other ion weapons on top of it and keeping going with the beam drone. And ideally what you would do is do that and then subsequently partway through the run get like 2 weapons rapidly and then switch over to more conventional weaponry. That hasn't so much gone off the last couple of times. I've ended up using ions for the whole run pretty much. Last time out I did get a heavy laser towards the end because I was running out of drones. But it does make things a little bit tricky and awkward. The ship is not too bad for the first sector or two, except for there are very specific ships that it's very weak to in the early game, and particularly rigger ships that have attack drones, which were responsible for the night where I lost 3 runs. You're quite weak against those because they rip the Zoltan shield apart really quickly. And once the Zoltan shield is down and you're being forced to rely on the backup battery, this ship is kind of on a timer. But enough talk, let's load this up. You were usually best off sticking a second Zoltan in weapons. What this allows you to do is it allows you to run the ion and the drone without needing to use the backup battery, which means that you can wait until the Zoltan shield goes down before running the backup battery to power a shield bubble. This is not what I wanted to see. These are going to be both stores in this sector, and they're right at the start. I think the only thing to do is hit these 3 jumps and go to at least one of these stores in the hopes that we can get a weapon. I mean, maybe if we can get a good amount of scrap at these 3 jumps, we might be able to hit both of them. But, this is not really what I wanted to see right out of the gate. Other thing I didn't want to see right out of the gate is a solar flare. This ship kind of struggles with fires. I'm going to preemptively vent. At least it's not boarding as well. I'm going to preemptively vent all the way down to my Columbe. I'm going to probably need to power my backup battery and my shield relatively early here because the Zoltan shield won't block the solar flare. Yeah, let's do it now. I want to have my shield bubble up in time. Could you please hit the weapons? Okay, good. Ooh, we got that just in time, and then the ship blew up. Good. Put real power into that. We'll get hit with one solar flare. Good. Didn't hit me anywhere that matters. So, like, if a battle goes well with this ship, it generally goes pretty well. I've got through the first couple sectors on this ship before without taking any damage, and then suddenly you get to Sector 3 and you start getting obliterated. But we got some scrap at that one, that's very good. What's not very good is this is a rigger and it's a forward scout. Those are two things that are really bad to see. Thankfully, it doesn't have any offensive drones or defensive drones. This obviously is shipboard, which is by far the best thing that I could have seen. If I could afford to send someone to the sensors room, I'd probably find that this ship has like an anti-personnel drone or a repair drone. I hope it's not a repair drone, but it probably is. Unfortunately, they have a buffer on their shields. Okay, let's run the backup battery now. Okay, good. We've taken the shield down. Yeah, shield's out completely. This is only level 1 piloting. We're going to lock onto that. Oh, they have an ion intruder drone. That's what they have. Well, that doesn't matter too much. This enemy's dead. It's annoying that they've put a hull breach in that room. But that's fine. We got 15 more scrap. We have enough scrap now that if there's an ion blast at one of these stores, we can get it. Which is not much, but it's something. If we could get 5 more, we would also be able to get an ion stunner, which would also be very good. I'm honestly going to vent these guys. I don't want them going into a battle with low health in case there happens to be a boarding event. This ship really struggles with boarding. So let's just get these guys back. I think I'm probably only going to go to one of these stores that is on the that is further, you know, the one that is on the external bit here. If I can't get anything at it, I can't get anything at it, and I'll have to rely on getting a store in Sector 2 or getting a weapon drop. This is one ship that I don't think that I've seen some discussions on it, and there's no wide agreement, but I don't think that on this ship that the best play is to go for Shields 4 like it is on most. I mean, if you go Shields 4, amongst other things, you don't have the power to run it anyway until you get the backup unless you're using the backup battery. And you're so, you know, urgently in need. For God's sake, this is a forward scout as well. The good thing about fighting auto scouts when you're using a offensive drone setup is that there's so few rooms to hit that you're probably going to hit something good. The bad thing here is that charge ion is going to cut through my shields quite quickly. Why did it not auto fire? My keyboard is constantly making me auto fire when I don't want to. Why can't it auto fire when I do want it to? Can you please hit the piloting? I think the shields are down, so I'm going to take the... Yeah, they're dead. Unfortunately, forward scouts give quite bad scrap rewards in addition to the fact that they're fleeing. Now, do I hit both of these stores? Do I have enough space for it? I do. I'm going to hit both of them. Like, if there's something good at this first one, I'll just double back to the beacon I just went to, I guess. There's nothing good at this one. This is a complete waste. I mean, there's cloaking. That's good, but I can't get it. Wow, neither of these stores had a single weapon for sale. Great. So I've just wasted 2 jumps and got nowhere. I think I'm going to buy a weapon buffer right now. Since I'm not going to have any more stores unless we get one from an event until next sector. Having that just so that one hit doesn't take my weapons down is pretty important. I think we'll go through that nebula. This is not a good sector so far. Let's investigate and try to communicate peacefully. We did not get a free NG, unfortunately, which I could have really used, because that would basically be another power bar. I'd be able to run my pilot out, but... And we get nothing there either. Great. That's about 4 jumps in a row. I've made no scrap. That can end here. Good, they can't dodge. And we've hit weapons. Can you hit him again? No, but you hit shields, that's fine. I'll hit weapons with my eye on. And they're dead. Hit these and then scroll up towards the top of the sector. Great, they have a super shield bypass unit, these borders. And we didn't get any scrap from this. Like, we're fine, we'll win this, we can just vent them. Might as well start powering the Colombe, because my Zoltans are definitely going pop. It's just stop them from smashing my systems. Yeah, so far we've made 52 scrap in this sector. That's really not good for Sector 1 so far, and we're like most of the way through it. And when you're already playing a weak ship, you really do not need to have bad sectors to just add to the difficulty. Another thing about this ship is that, unlike most ships in the game, getting hacking is not really... I mean, we didn't have it at either of those two stores, and we wouldn't have been able to buy it anyway. But hacking is not really a great solution with this ship anyway, because you need the beam drones to do hull damage. And, okay, good. This ship is the kind of thing that I want to see. It has no shields. Our beam drone will just rip it apart. We don't even need the charge ion, although we'll probably power it just to take weapons down. But yeah, our beam drone should win this. Easy win. Okay, we're gonna go topside. I don't know whether I have 2 jumps here or 3. It looks like 2, unfortunately. Probably there and there. Depends on whether I see... I think a distress beacon is generally better. Okay, now on the positive side, this ship doesn't have any shields. On the negative side, it has really good weapons. On the even more positive side, we hit the weapons first off. Our beam drone is being very, very cooperative in these last couple of fights. We'll just go there. There's no one jump there that's obviously better than the other, so it's just luck of the draw here. This is very, very good. This is the one that we got in the last run. This always drops a weapon. Or it does if you allow them to run away, which I will allow them to run away, allow them to surrender, which I will very definitely do. Wow, we even took the missile out. Nah, we haven't. They've got a shield buffer, so I need to keep ioning the shields. Yes. Oh yeah! Okay. Well, we can now potentially rely on this to win us fights in the first couple sectors, because we've already damage buffered our weapons. And because we've got this now, what I was just saying about hacking, that's not true anymore. Getting hacking now is absolutely a solution, because we can use the Zoltan shield to protect us, we use the halberd beam to do damage, and we can upgrade hacking sector to level 2 if we get it, and it will... halberd beam at level, hacking at level 2 will drain shields enough for halberd beam to just wreck everything for the early sectors. Yeah, that's an absolute godsend. Imagine, we could have jumped to that one up there. We had no basis to think one jump was better than the other. It was sheer luck. So now, we're a bit like a bizarro Zoltan A. We could hire a crew here, but I don't feel like it's worth it. This takes us away from being able to afford hacking, which is what we want as, just thing number one right now. And the other thing about it is we can generally get crew other ways. And these are more expensive than buying power bars. Like your power bars are more expensive on this ship. You have a weak reactor. The first couple cost 30, which is extremely painful. But still, we can get through those first couple. So our shopping list for Sector 2, we want to get shields to 4. We want to get hacking. We want to get a couple of power bars. Ideally, we'd like another crew member to be our pilot, but I don't want to spend scrap on that. We definitely want to go civilian. There are more stores here, more likelihood to get hacking. Because, now, a really great thing, and we've got this beautiful big nebula. The great thing about this, we can't hit every jump here, I think, but we're going to go like here, 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 there, and then around. The great thing about this, I mean, we can take the manually search event, but the best thing about this is it means that any stores will be further into the sector, and therefore we will have 80 scrap by then. Even if we get unlucky, we will find some scrap at some of these. Yep, we just got it. Unfortunately, they boarded into a really bad spot. They boarded into my doors. I need to vent this whole bit of the ship. The most important thing when you get boarded like this, don't panic, but do not let them smash your clone bay under any circumstances. As long as your clone bay is still up, you're fine. Because your people will come back and theirs will not. This is why it's best, like, I don't care that this room is vented. In fact, let's vent everything except one empty room. Yeah, vent everything except that room. And then if any of them survive, they'll just flee to that room. No, don't do that. They just all died. That's fine. My crew die and come back, their crew just die. But yeah, as long as you can keep the clone bay from being smashed, you can make sure that your crew come back. But if the clone bay gets smashed and you're facing a bad boarding event in this corner of the ship, you are dead. So that is by far the most important thing to deal with. Let's get Jill to die. The great thing about having the halberd beam drop, just apart from the fact that it, opens up the possibility for me to use hacking, it does mean I can win a lot of these early fights without using drones. I mean, I didn't have a ship fight there. I haven't had one since we dropped it. But the next time that we see a ship, we won't need to waste time with a beam drone. We can save that for situations that, call for it, like an enemy with a Zoltan shield. And otherwise, we just use the halberd beam. Zoltan shield will protect us long enough for it to charge up. Halberd beam will wreck enemies. Let's let our O2 refill a little bit more, because we often end up turning the O2 off in battles because of our bad power situation. I'll probably start working on the shields as long as, like, when I get to 100 scrap, I'll treat that as if I have 20, and get the buffer upgrade. And just at all times make sure that I keep 80. Attack the pirate. Okay, these enemies have dangerous weapons. Why am I not charging my halberd beam? I'm being an idiot. Hopefully, they do not have the buffer upgrade. On their shields. They don't. That takes the flak down, that means they're dead. This heavy laser's not doing anything to me until my backup battery goes down, and by the time that goes down, my halberd beam will have killed them. Despite me completely misplaying that. I'm used to my 2 Zoltans on their own being enough to power a weapon on this ship, because that's usually what happens. Okay, we've found the first store. We want to go there. Show me hacking. No hacking. We could buy the charge laser to use use that to pop shields, but I'm not going to. We can use, if we end up being forced to rely just on weapons, we can use the charge ion to do it. And this takes us we would need to upgrade weapons twice. That's expensive. If we buy that, we're pretty much making sure we can't afford hacking in this sector, not without giving up something crucial defensively. And there's going to be at least one more store in this sector. We need to be a little bit wary of that hacking drone, because if they say get through our Zoltan shield and then immediately hack our weapons or our shields, that could be quite bad. So let's start the beam shot on there. It's not enough to take it all the way down, unfortunately. However, they need to fire at least 2 more missiles to take that down, and I think we get another halberd beam shot about the time the second missile will go off. In fact, it's before that. And that'll take everything out. And third halberd beam shot will kill. Yeah, we've yet to take a single point of damage on this run, so as I mentioned, this ship can be pretty good in the early sectors. It just struggles if you don't find a way to scale it before Sector 3. No, I'm not purchasing an unknown weapon. You sometimes get nothing for that. This ship is very weak against any beam weapon. Unfortunately, they had the buffer upgrade. You get in there, just use real power to keep this up, because as long as they're relying on the heavy laser, they can't do anything to me. They boarded me into my weapons, but that's fine. I've got 2 people in there, and they only have 1. Nope, not accepting a surrender. We're just killing you. Yep, we've got enough scrap to do that. And next up, we're going to keep 80 scrap as we were before, but we're going to buy 2 power bars next. You'll fight the auto scout. This ship can't hurt me. So we are going to train things perhaps here. I need to have 2 Zoltans in my shield room, because as long as I have that, their charge ion can't do anything to me. Now this is a little bit awkward. I think I might need to train things. Let's just make sure. Yeah, they don't have hacking or something to surprise me with once the Zoltan shield goes down. So, I'm going to get weapons all the way up first by auto-firing like this. I need to be standing like this or I don't have enough power, especially in this low power situation. And then once this is down, I can pull power out. Once I've got full weapons training, I can pull power out of weapons, put my weapons guy and a spare person in shields, or the 2 people I usually have in weapons, they can stand in shields, and my pilot and my engines person can get dodge training. So this will take a little while, but I will edit that out. So I will see you back in a little while. Well, that took the better part of a half hour, but it's worth it. We've got max weapon skill, we've got max piloting, and we've got maxed engines. Now we'll kill this ship with a single halberd beam shot. We just need to have people in the right place. I want you in there, and I want you in there. Let's make sure that I always keep 1 shield bubble on. And just do that. While I was doing my ion weapon training, I was hitting the piloting over and over, not the piloting, the cloaking over and over again, so they couldn't use that to buy time because I couldn't shoot at them while they were cloaked. As demonstrated here. Good win. What am I doing? And we've still got a bunch more jumps to hit in this nebula. This ship is not too dangerous. Especially now that we have that dodge training. That should keep our Zoltan shield going longer. And that's pretty critical. Yeah, they still have their missile back, but they have to fire that at me at least 3 times, in part because we dodged 2 of them. Doesn't matter whether we dodge that. Buy a power bar. We need to keep 85, because that way if we aren't able to get hacking, which we may not, there might just not be a store with it available, we can then go to plan B and upgrade our weapons enough to use charge plus halberd. We could just put a beam drone up here to make this faster, but why bother doing that? 1 halberd beam shot will just wreck this ship. There we go. Our paths to the exit. This bottom path sees more jumps, so I just really hope there isn't a store at one of those 2. Like, I could go here, but then, let's see. How many jumps do I have? Outside of the nebula, it's about 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I have enough to do that. This ship is kind of dangerous, but we have a way to get through the Zoltan shield quickly. So we're gonna go for the double scrap possibility. It's kind of greedy. We're gonna put the beam drone up here. And what we can do here is a swipe that ends with the halberd beam hitting weapons. And that means we hit that. And just to add to the goodness of that, we actually took out the flak, which is the weapon we care about, and left the ion that we don't. And the second halberd beam shot will cripple them. Won't kill, because I didn't hit shields, but they might have had the buffer upgrade anyway, and it would have hit fewer rooms if I'd hit shields. $20 and a store, very, very good. There's no hacking here, unfortunately. The hull laser is kind of tempting, but not enough to be worth. Okay, we're going to go to this other store. So let's go here, here, and here, and then the exit. We might lose jumps, but, you know, going to 3 stores in 1 sector, that's very, very good. That really maximizes my chance to find hacking. So far, it hasn't worked out. Do that. Since I'm not hitting shields anyway, it's impossible to hit shields and weapons on this, so I'll just start on weapons. If my Zoltan shield stays up, they can't board me. And it looks like it is going to. Nah. Do that, that does more damage. Make sure 1 shield bubble is with real power in case the backup battery runs out. It didn't. Oh my god! Well, I mean, earlier I said getting a flak on this ship is not nearly that helpful, but that was before we got a halberd beam as well. We will still go to that store first to see if we can get hacking, because if we can do that, I would rather be using hacking in the halberd beam. That is, you know, it's a little bit more versatile. But hey, if we can't, we'll just upgrade We have 16 drones, so if we get hacking and upgrade to 2, we can do it. You know, however long we need to. But if we can't do that, upgrading onto flak plus halberd is more than good enough. The ship is quite annoying because of that. We might actually have to put the beam drone up here just to take that down, because otherwise it's going to ruin my halberd beam shots. Yeah, let's just do that. They immediately fucking hit the beam drone. It just activated right in front of there. But yeah, they're going to stack this up and it's going to wreck my halberd beam. So, unfortunately, we lose 2 drones in this because the beam drone literally just activated right in front of the stupid thing. Whatever. Store. Hacking. Okay, we are doing really, really well on this run. Let's do this and this. We now have enough scrap to do this, or enough power rather to do this. So we can rely on this throughout Sector 3. That gives us time to get more scrap, then we can upgrade onto the flak. And flak plus halberd plus hacking, well, you can win the game with that. And then we start saving for good stuff like cloaking. Search among the stores. We nearly got like a 4th store in this sector, but we didn't. Do we need to shield hack in this fight? We don't strictly have to. We're going to, though. Those weapons are kind of dangerous, and 1 halberd beam is not guaranteed to knock this burst 2 off. Also, when our Zoltan shield is completely down, they're gonna hack us unless we do that. That's an ion bomb. Which, if they manage to hit with it and get through my Zoltan shield, I can just stick some people in shields to make sure that that stays unionized. Hack the shield bubble down. We have enough space to go here and then back. Frankly, I think we'll still lose a jump doing that. Okay, this is not good. We need to put a beam drone up. We're gonna hack weapons on this rather than shields. I just want to delay them firing these things. I think 1 shield bubble is fine. I also don't need... Actually, I don't need the beam drone anymore now. It's got through the Zoltan shield. And now I can wait until an asteroid pops their shield, and then we'll do this. Nope. Get me out of here. Back to exit. Buy a power bar. That gets me the last of the expensive power bars. And that's very good. And we can go like this, and when the Zoltan shield goes down, we run the backup battery to power my ordinary shield. Zoltan controlled is kind of dangerous. I mean, the Zoltan border police are bad. We can't get energy bombers. I've had a run completely derailed on Zoltan C by being forced to go to a Sector 2 Zoltan controlled, and that run was going quite well until the border police showed up, and it wasn't the boarding that actually screwed me. There it was. They had an Artemis missile and kept dodging my shots, and they killed 3 of my guys by missiling weapons and then Clone Bay. But this shouldn't happen on this run because I'm using a beam and I have hacking. So that shouldn't be a danger. If the border police or any other dangerous ship with a Zoltan shield turns up, we use the beam drone to get through the Zoltan shield quickly, and maybe the flak or the charge ion, then we switch to halberd beam and shield hack, and win that way. So I think we can take a Zoltan controlled sector over going to an uncharted nebula. We want to get weapons up next so that we have the option of using flak plus halberd, and that can preserve drones. But we will be quite aggressive about using drones right now. We're not bothering with that store. We don't have enough scrap for anything. And we don't need stores right now. We need scrap. The game is not accommodating, unfortunately. Let's go to this distress beacon. We have quite a few different blue options. We can risk this. The clone bay brings the guy back. We do lose a bit of weapon training there, but we'll get it back. But yeah, we could have got a crew member there. Unfortunately, we're 3 jumps into this sector and have not made any scrap. Make sure things are still tracking. Yep. Yeah, Sector 1 was quite bad in this, but we got, you know, good drops. Sector 2 was amazing. We got both good drops and lots of scrap. Let's go this way and then up into the nebula. Axe shields. Unfortunately, we've taken out the weapon that we don't care about that much. Is it worth putting up a beam drone here? It was not. I thought they'd be able to get through before that went off, but unfortunately they didn't. Well, this will block the next missile, I think. Nope, it didn't. I didn't position it right. Well, we kind of have to hope right now that this doesn't hit either hacking or my weapons. Okay. We're fine. It did hit hacking, but it was just too late. So that's the first 2 damage we've taken in the entire run. Which, since it's Sector 3, that's pretty good. This is not exactly the strongest ship in the game. And we're past the worst part. We just need a bit more scrap so we can scale. Pulsar is not fun. Can I actually hack weapons here? They only have 1 shield bubble. And we can run a 3rd Zoltan into our weapons room and keep our halberd beam completely safe. And that means that once the ion pulsar goes off, I mean, also we're safe because the Zoltan shield will protect us. But once this goes off, we just do that and completely wreck them. And the second one will just kill. Yeah, you run in here and fight at 3v1, I don't care. We have enough scrap for a weapon buffer, but we can't spend it here because of the pulsar. Now we can. So now we can afford 1 hit on weapons while still keeping the halberd beam up. Explore the asteroid fields. That failed, and we took more damage than we've taken in the entire rest of the run put together, and still made no scrap. This has been a terrible sector. We've made 45 scrap in this sector, and we're nearly halfway through it. Can you put that out before it burns out? No, we took 6 damage from that. Stupid Zoltans and their inability to fight fires. Although really, that wasn't the Zoltans, because usually the reason Zoltans can't fight fires is they take too much damage and have to run away. And that didn't happen there. They didn't have to run away, we just failed to fight the fire. Can I please make some fucking scrap? No. Well, we can hit a bunch of these jumps before we have to go up to the exit. Secure the fuel. We don't have great options for this. You usually need to do crew kills to get a good scrap reward from this. But there's not much I can do about that. You take it down completely. There's not really a good way to hit shields and weapons here, so let's just do that. We don't need to hack shields in this, so we're going to hack weapons instead. They will almost certainly have the buffer upgrade here. Let's do this. Good, we took that down. We can now use the flak to actually finish this battle. Just drop a flak into shields. We are unfortunately having to use a bunch of drones in these. This is not the first time we've had to use 2 drones in a fight. But soon enough we'll be able to use flak halberd. Fights like that don't help very much. We have barely any scrap. Do we have 3 jumps here or 4? It looks like 3, unfortunately. So distress, there, out. I mean, that's a nice trade, but I'd like some fucking scrap. We've made like nothing this sector. And now we have to fight the border police. Great. So this is going to be another double drone fight. You get the doors. You guys get out of there and go into the drone control room. God damn it, they broke my O2. Well, we can halberd beam like this. We can take damage here, but it's not likely. So unfortunately, we can't really move our crew back to where we'd like them to be. However, these border police are going to go kapoof. And now we mostly just need to worry about them breaking Clone Bay. Because we're going to need to fix oxygen, so people will die in the process of us doing that. You go over there. Oh shit. This has got quite annoying. Not being able to have my Zoltans in that room is quite bad. They literally have 1 hull left. If my battery were not on cooldown, I'd just use the flak. Okay, they didn't hit that. We can just chuck a flak into that room there. Okay, good. We got them. That was a bit rough, but we got them. We need 1 more lot of scrap to use flak plus halberd beam, although we then need to somehow get power. This sector has just been atrocious. Let's go fix my O2. I think I need 2 people to do that, actually. If I run them in tandem, they'll do it. I have actually pretty much soft-locked on this ship before by having my O2 get smashed while all my crew were dead. And it doesn't, and with a level 1 clone bay, you don't actually clone people fast enough to be able to run from the clone bay to the O2 and fix it because of how few hit points your Zoltans have. Fix everything. Yeah, this sector has sucked. in addition to being quite dangerous. Like, we could easily have lost crew there, and that would have been devastating. Considering, you know, you can see how badly we're off on power, and all we needed was for that one of those, all we needed was for one of those, actually no, let's get the halberd beam going. For one of those heavy laser shots to hit our clone bay. I think every single ship we fought in this sector has had a Zoltan shield. Don't quote me on that, but... Good, we took... Oh, no, we didn't take the missile down, you stupid asshole. Well, then we're going to take one more. Can you please dodge? I don't feel like we've dodged anything in this sector anyway, either, despite the fact that we, you know, did lots of dodge training. Okay, let's do that. We now have the option of doing flak plus halberd beam, which can stop the bleeding of the drum parts. We need a bit more power, but we'll make it work for now. Yeah, really bad sector. Less than 100 scrap. We might get more at the exit, but even so. Attack this ship. We'll now start trying to preserve drone parts. And reserve hacking for dangerous fights. This is not one of those. Might be able to kill with flak here. Nope. But yeah, like if we had had a good first part of the sector, we'd have already been here, you know, 4 or 5 jumps ago. Buy more power. I'd like one more power bar. Okay, Mantis controlled is not too bad as long as we don't have too much in the way of boarding. I might actually start you indoors. This does reduce our power a little bit, but as long as it's a safe fight, we can just run you up to weapons and you'll be fine. This is most definitely a dangerous fight. We don't need door control for it, but we definitely need hacking. And we need to back up battery our shields right away. Let's hack weapons and just delay those. Between the asteroids and our flak, we'll take their shields down to a big, heavy halberd beam shot. Really? For the love of God. Well, we actually got a pretty good one off anyway there because the asteroid did pop a shield bubble for us. You get in there. We want to be powering this with real power. Okay, good. We dodged. Our halberd beam is guaranteed to kill here. So we didn't take any damage, even though that was quite dangerous. Now, we could take some from the asteroids here, actually, because the shield bubble has gone down. Let's get out of here. The ship can't board me. It's a good thing that we haven't been punished here for the fact that I forgot to run my Zoltan back to the door room. Should I hack here? Yeah. Any missile makes a fight kind of dangerous. That Heavy 2 could rip my Zoltan shield up and then leave that as the only weapon able to fire. Cool, we got him. buy one more power bar. Now we can start saving for cloaking. I would have liked to be well ahead on that right now, but that Sector 3 was really bad. Jump there, that sees like half the rest of the sector, and then we can plan if we see a store. We don't. And we didn't get anything there either. Man, so many empty jumps. If it weren't for the specific fact that we got these two these specific items that are just really good, we would be in big trouble in this run because our scrap totals, other than one sector, have been quite bad. And that's why we have to keep using so many drones. I did not do the proper shot there. But it's fine, our Zoltan shields will survive long enough for a second volley because we hacked weapons. Cool. Let's go to distress. We can risk giant alien spiders because we have a clone bay. Go this way. Attack the ship. We're going to try to do this one without hacking. We might regret it, but it kind of depends on what those bombs are. Are you fucking joking? Enough of this nonsense. Okay, now that all that stuff is down, we can kill this ship with just flak. Run two guys down there to... What are you doing? We found a store. We don't actually have enough to buy cloaking there unless we want to sell multiple things. Let's also go fix our... I think we only have 2 jumps to get out of the sector. Yeah, we can go there from the store. I guess we'll go 1 more jump and then store. I might be able to get cloaking by selling like the beam drone if I can get some scrap at this next jump. I could alternately get it by selling both the charge ion and the beam drone, which would probably be worth it. Good thing is we kind of need a repair here. And our last 2 sectors have both been quite bad. We made more scrap in Sector 2 than we did in Sector 3, and unless something really turns around, that's going to be the same in Sector 4. Okay, we get a fight here. Unfortunately, this is a quite dangerous fight. We're going to hack shields here. This will cut through our Zoltan shield fairly quickly, but it will still protect us from the first volley, which is all we really need. Really? Well, they got a shot through. But this halberd beam shot is going to tear them to shreds. And we got 15 scrap for that. Quite dangerous fight, great. Well, store. They have a drone recovery arm. We can't use that on the hacking system, but if we use that, we can actually start using drones fairly aggressively in terms of our actual drone control system. So I'm getting that, and let's get some repairs. That takes us a fair way away from getting cloaking. But I feel like that's worth it still. As mentioned, we could win the game with these 2 weapons. Is this worth it? No, the blue option is not that valuable for us because we have a clone bay. Slug or pirate? Slug has some nasty boarding events. I'm going to go pirate. Pirate is also quite dangerous because, you know, there are more ships with double drones and more asteroid fields. But what can I do? I have to go to one of them. Okay, this is a pretty safe fight. In fact, we have a drone recovery arm. Why aren't we just putting our beam drone up right away? We will once again get ourselves to 185 scrap. 185. 150 scrap. Put the beam drone up. Got him. And we've spotted a store. So we have a good chance here. As long as we get scrap from this, which we will. I don't think we need to use a drone for hacking on this. Like, this ship has... Their weapons are less dangerous than the Zoltan Border Police, which we fought 2 sectors ago. That is how OP the Border Police are. That's kind of tempting because of the 2 drones, but I want 28 scrap. I don't want to have to sell something to get cloaking, although I will if I have to. Oh wow, we actually got them with the flak. Yeah, that's much better. Let's not be greedy, let's go. Just go to the store. Well, there's no cloaking, but there is a few things that I want there. Long range scanners, pike beam. Let's sell the charge ion at this point, I think. Actually, we could keep that for blue options. Yeah, because if we need to sell it for cloaking, we can sell it for cloaking when we get to an actual store. We don't have any NG, so this will give us a blue option on an event. But yeah, we can do shield hack nonsense with these 2 beams, and that will one-shot like everything, especially since we can also power the beam drone. Try to shield their ship with ours. 20 damage or whatever. Like, long-range scanners will help us to make sure we don't have more really annoying sectors like we have been having. Let's fight this ship. Unfortunately, their beam drone is better than our beam drone, and we'll cut through our Zoltan shield quite fast. But as soon as we're through their Zoltan shield, we hack their... we hack their shields, and then the fight is over. Take a bit of damage there, but not very much. Nope. Like, it's dangerous to U-bomb my shields, but you're already dead, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, halberd, pike, and hacking and flak will definitely be good enough to win the game. Ideally, we'll get a 3rd beam, ideally a hull beam, or another halberd beam, and use that instead of the flak. But if we don't get that, we don't get that, and it's fine. We still have the option, if we are against a ship that's not very dangerous and I don't feel like I need to use hacking, we turn the pike beam off and use the flak instead. You go here. Explore the asteroid field. This time we got a good result. Let's go here and then explore down looking for another store. We have enough to get cloaking and a bit of a repair, which we would like. Nope, we're not paying your toll. 3 shields means I want to hack. And the beam drone got the last bit of damage that I needed to one-shot on that one. Cool, 2 fights down there, and we can look here and see all these 3 bottom jumps. So if there is another store in this sector, we will spot it. We'll do that. Okay, so there's not another store in this sector. We only have 2 jumps here. We don't have 3. I'm going to do that in advance. We can use that to preserve the Zoltan shield, and it doesn't take us below cloak buffer, so we're fine. Don't think we need hacking for this. Let's give it up and do it with flak plus halberd. You know, 1 halberd beam that hits this area will just wreck them. It'll take this this Vulcan offline. Yeah, let's do that. We could do that and hit 5 rooms, but I'd rather hit their shields. Now we can fire the flak without having to wait. We didn't hit anything, but it was a good idea. This time we'll do that shot and win the fight. That's pretty good. Get me 2 more power. No, we are going to hack this ship because those are dangerous weapons. I shouldn't have used a backup battery, that was a mistake. Here I want to hit maximum rooms because we can just win the fight by dealing sheer hull damage. 43. I don't remember if there's another jump that we can go to that has a fight. I'm pretty sure that the path doesn't allow us to, so I'm just going to take more scrap. Yeah, it doesn't. We can take that. Uncharted Nebula. We've not got a single crew member this whole run, but we have just found 2 stores. Which, those will be the only stores in the Nebula. This one first. Cloaking, hooray! And the other thing we want here is a defensive drone. And we'll do that. Okay, we don't need another store now. Don't know whether we want to do that quest. That might just be it. That might itself just be a store. Should I? No, we'll keep the ion thing for now. It'll be interesting to buy crew at this point, frankly, but we can't do that. Not here. Let's go there, and then we'll decide if we want to go to either of those. Attack the ship. We're going to upgrade cloaking as soon as possible, because like just a long cloak buys me time to charge my beams, and they will kill most things in one go. I think they actually won't do that here, but I suppose we could put this up for a little bit of extra, or at least we could have if we'd timed it properly. Let's use the flak and the halberd to finish this off. Well, we didn't have to buy the defensive drone, we got one for free, the jump after we bought it, but whatever. We could potentially in some fights run double defensive drones. Which, by some fights, I mean the flagship. Let's do this and this. Yep, that'll do. We can't hit both of these. I'll go here first. Well, actually, we can hit both of these, but not one after the other. This thing will cut my Zoltan shield to ribbons. They can't dodge this, which means this volley will kill them. If I go there, I have to go to another store afterwards, and I'm not really sure that I want that, especially since this could be one. And store is a chance at this point to get potentially crew or to get another beam weapon. So actually, maybe I do want to do that. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, good. This is a fight. I would prefer this to be a fight. Okay, put a defensive drone up to stop that double missile nonsense. I think that hack might be early. Let's just cloak. No, it's not too early. Yeah, like one more beam would guarantee that we one-shot things. Now, we'd be a while before we'd actually have weapons up enough to use another beam. But we would get there. Should I honestly just sell this? Yeah. I don't know that I ever even upgrade my drone control enough to use 2 drones anyway, so... Do I want that heavy laser? I kinda do, but I don't know whether it's worth spending the scrap on. Like, for next sector, we might need, hacking 3. Well, we will need hacking 3, and we'd very much like to upgrade our weapons as well. Unfortunately, there's no crew here. I would like to buy, like, 1 crew member just to be my pilot. We're gonna get at least 1 more store in this game in Sector 7, so I'll hold the charge on in case of blue options. I'm gonna start working on the weapons. Our long-range scanner will do good things there, and so will our defensive drone. We do need to run some shields, though, because this halberd beam will otherwise do nasty things to us. They're trying to run away, but we've damaged so many systems that they're not even trying to power the FTL. It's double drones, which is tempting, but we really need scrap right now. Yeah, we made another 11 scrap, and we got a drone anyway, so... Let's do this. Now we can run all 3 of these weapons, and that's probably all we get this run, unless we get another beam to replace the flak. We need 2 more power. cloak right now. Got him. Good. Okay. As long as we don't run out of drones, we should be okay. And as long as we don't have bad boarding events, we actually probably should upgrade our doors next, because we are still on our initial crew. Vent all this crap. Nope. No breaking my drone control, my Clumber. Let the O2 refill, which it's not going to do if I don't turn the O2 on. Everyone back to your stations, and we're going to sit here until our O2 refills properly. Okay, last sector has really helped to stabilize us after the just atrocious sectors 3 and 4. Kind of shows the effect of the long-range scanners. It's quite stark on the graph. We went from 113 scrap in sector 3 and 136 in sector 4 to 340 in sector 5, and a more sedate 242 so far in this sector, but like this sector is not done yet. Arm the weapons. Let's just cloak right away. They can't charge these weapons. They can't fire them through our Zolt shield fast enough. And yeah, everything's down now. Nope. Jump to there. Attack the ship. Been forgetting that I wanted to upgrade my doors. I'll do that after this fight. Cloak. We didn't quite kill there, but it's fine. We've taken everything down that could hurt us. Okay, we got some more fights here. I think we dive to get an extra fight in this sector, because I really want to get my hacking up to the next level before we have to deal with ships that might have 4 shields. Let's cloak right now. We can preemptively cloak. We will knock this Flak 2 offline before it ever gets to shoot, because we are guaranteed to do at least 3 damage to weapons here, and, you know, in all likelihood, significantly more than that. Yep, it's down. And they're not quite dead, but currently they have no weapons. Now they're dead. Let's just do this now. Okay, this ship we don't need to hack against, fortunately. Drone recovery arm, put a beam drone up immediately. Let's pre-cloak. Not much scrap, but easy fight. And now we have this. This is not too bad. Put a defensive drone up. We can cloak if we need to keep our Zoltan shield up. We didn't. And we didn't really need to. Halberd beam, hit a bunch of rooms. Oh, they can't board us, so we don't need to worry about keeping our Zoltan shield up. Might as well see if I can kill this ship. It's not currently able to hurt me unless our defensive drone does a derp. We have yet to hit with all three of our flak shots. And we haven't even managed to hit on the shot where they only had 2 shield bubbles. We couldn't hit with 2 of them. So our pike beam has been useless. There they dodged all 3 of my shots. Great. As long as we can get 1 shield bubble down, our next halberd beam shot wins it regardless. Very safe, and we're going to get that drone back. We do not want abandoned. Abandoned would be terrible. We cannot deal with Lanius borders. I'm kind of worried about an asteroid field because we'd like to upgrade our shields, but I think we need to take every fight we can at this point. Since we're going to go into a big nebula, let's just get enough power to run everything. We can pre-cloak and kill things that way if necessary. Like, that glaive beam is worrying, but we're just going to do this. And they will never ever get to fire that glaive beam. Why is the beam drone not up? Whatever. Okay, through the big nebula, we want Shield 6 next, and we'd really like more crew. Like, this setup does not kill crew during the flagship, and we don't have a mind control counter. We really do not want to fight the flagship with just the 4 Zoltans we started with and no anti-mind control, although I think we could make it work, since this setup kills the flagship quite quickly. We do that trade every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Unfortunately, it's not Sunday, so it won't let me do it twice. Pre-cloak. Let's remember to put the beam drone up this time. Down you go. We don't have enough power for that yet, but we'll get that in the next couple of fights. Especially if things like that happen. When you to doors, you go and block them from breaking stuff while I vent. You go run to Clone Bay to protect it. You guys go down there too. Yeah, absolutely. Go in there. I can vent it directly. Venting! Okay, cool. They've all been vented. Refill the O2. Everyone back to your places. Two power bars immediately. Manually search. We can risk that. Well, we got 56 scrap and something that we can sell, so the repair burst is a useless piece of crap, but whatever. We're gonna go here, here, and then down. More super shield bypass borders. They're in backup battery right now. Fortunately, our rooms are not fully, re-oxygenated from the last time we got vented like that. We got boarded rather like this, so we can vent quickly. You get down there. Yeah, whatever. We'll fix that. So we're fine, but we didn't get any scrap. Let's buy one more power bar. So that kind of brings us below what we need if we see a store that has crew in it to actually buy it. So I'm going to hold off. Actually, no, it doesn't. We have stuff to sell. What am I talking about? Well, we got one anyway. I don't normally want to use a Mantis as a pilot, but whatever. I can use it, and that's power. So that will temporarily bring my piloting down. I'll look for an opportunity to get the Mantis up to max. It shouldn't take too long because he's already got the first level. That is a dangerous ship. Put the beam drone up. Crush everything. I know I said this is a dangerous ship and then immediately proceeded to completely wreck it, but it was quite strong. Those weapons would be very dangerous if we didn't have the ability to, pre-cloak and then crush everything with beams. But we do. We're going to take this. Let's buy... The rock is cheaper. Buy them and just stuff them indoors. I would normally prefer to use a rock as a pilot, and if I get the chance, a safe training opportunity, I might actually train the rock and run the Mantis to doors. But right now, let's not do that. We're going to dive in this sector. It's just a matter of whether we hit the exit and then dive past it or not. Let's go distress, store, and then we'll decide. You can lose crew in that, even with a Colombo. Or can you? No, I mistook that. Actually, we could have taken that. Whatever. This store is mostly useful for selling things at. Let's buy a few more drones just to be safe. I don't need to buy crew now because we've got some. I could buy the NG, I guess, to use as a pilot. Or I could buy this rock. Let's buy the NG. This is strictly a luxury purchase, but it's fine. If we do this, we are now very, very safe. It looks like we're diving past the exit because we actually can't go there anyway. So let's go here, 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 possibly there. Might be a double dive, but part of that double dive will be in the nebula anyway. Well, we got another store to go to, and we won't really benefit that much from going there. Now we can keep my engines up. keep my engines up. What am I talking about? Keep my hacking up. My engines don't matter if I just kill them before they get to do anything. Nice. Buy 2 more power bars to make it easier to run everything. I suppose I should have saved that for the store. Doesn't matter, I wouldn't have wanted anything here. Yeah, let's go here, take another fight. We can double dive. One of the double dives will be into it. Nebula beacon anyway. Only need level 1 hack on shields here. Let's put the beam drone up and it will just repeatedly take this down. Don't think we need to hit weapons here. We'll just kill the ship with sheer hull damage. Yeah, go there and then exit. Get a bit more evade. We'd like to get the max level shields, but we might not manage that, and it's fine if we don't. Let's hack this. Kind of wasteful, but it's fine. Halberd beam will kill here, unless they get lucky with dodges, and they didn't. Okay, so this section of the dive, we will actually face an ASB, so we need to be wary of that. We can't quite cloak it at 100%, but it's fine. We're on immediate battery. We aren't pre-cloaking here. We want to save the cloak for when the ASB goes off. I hacked too late. But we'll be fine. Beam drone. Add extra damage. Cool. Defensive drone. Block the missile. Cloak. We actually do have 100% evade here because that extra level of engines we bought is enough, even without a max trained pilot. And they're dead. You two go and fight them. So, we're to Sector 8. Scrap totals haven't been great in this run, which is very, very common whenever I play Zoltan C. But hey, we got a free flak and a free halberd beam, and we've been able to ride that. And the drone recovery arm is kind of nifty too, although we got that late enough that it didn't really... It's only been sort of nice to have instead of... Oh, I forgot to save crew position. You go into sensors actually and rock on doors. NG has picked up a few dodges. They might manage to get to 102 max piloting skill yet by the end of the sector. Let's go here, then we have 2 different repair stations we can go to. We just need 1 for drones. We can grind dodges against this ship, because we can defensive drone until they run out of missiles. If it looks like a missile is going to get past a defensive drone anyway, or if they blow it up with a laser shot, we will just cloak. We will have to deal with some borders, but it's fine. Go and fight these guys. We might actually lose this because our people are already damaged, so actually let's just vent. I don't want to have, like, a defensive drone fail to shoot down a shot, have it go through and hit my clone bay while people are reviving. That would be a very, very sad way to lose the crew I just spent money on. Well, it felt like I had another fit coming on there, and then it didn't. It might come back, yep. You get in there. Stop them from smashing that, although it doesn't matter too much if they do, because I need to actually vent it. Okay, there we did sneeze. I don't know why I'm using the royal we, but whatever. Do you know what? Just break that, I don't care. As long as you don't break the clone bay, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna run you down there just to make sure they don't. Yeah, there we go. They're probably gonna board me again. Okay, cool. We got the piloting upgrade. Should I try to do this without using a hacking drone? We could probably do it, but that seems a little bit cute. Like, we could use flak to pop 3 shield bubbles and then halberd beam to do damage. But why do that? Let's just... These two are very definitely getting vented once this battle is over. Just vent there, although probably by the time they would be able to damage it, one of my crew will have actually cloned anyway. Or that will happen. Fine either way. Sadly, we did not get a good reward there, but we'll survive. Get me some more power and the pilot buffer upgrade in case of 1 damage. We'll take there. We only need 1 repair station. We might be able to get that one there anyway, and you know, if we can get 2, we can get 2. We only need 1. Let's upgrade that. I'd like to upgrade my clone bay as well for security. I think we almost certainly aren't getting max level shields unless we get really good fights. Well, an outpost might help turn that around. I wish I'd been able to buy the heavy laser earlier, but there's no way we could have afforded it. Cloak. Beam drone go. Not quite dead, but now they are. Thank you, beam drone. Double reward, cool. Wait. Are you fucking joking? You need to check these things. You could very easily lose the run if you did not realize. That is a awful... We're going to have to go through multiple dives. Well, actually, probably not multiple dives. Just go here, here, and then out. This really does not look like... Well, we might get enough scrap here to get our shields up to 8. Thank God for defensive drones. Gonna save the cloak in case I want to do it actively rather than pre-cloaking. Use the beam drone for more damage at the moment. Long cloak. And unless they get really lucky autopilot dodges here, yeah, they didn't quite manage it. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna have to dive, unfortunately. But what could we do? So their base, if we're lucky, that will not get taken over. We can't really go there, unfortunately, because it doesn't connect to the jumps that we need. Less power than I'd want, but that's Zoltan C for you. You never have as much power as you'd like. We have enough drones to waste one on killing a dive ship. Cloak that. And the ASB. Put a defensive drone up, because I think that missile is going to fire like as soon as we're out of cloak. Although it would hit our Zoltan shield anyway, actually. And they're not even going to get to do that. Now we want to hold on here for a moment, because we're jumping right to the flagship. We want our cloak to be as far away from being on cooldown as we can get it. That's good enough. That got taken over, so yeah. Sector 8 was atrocious for scrap. That's this run all over. Every sector was atrocious for scrap. We will shield hack and wreck these fools. Get that beam drone up. Missile artillery is guaranteed down here because we do 3 points of damage to that system. So we'll put flak on shields instead. Didn't quite take them out, but our next halberd beam shot is guaranteed to kill. Because they packed our shields, right? We're going to take damage here because I think that's managed to line up. Well, it's lined up with their laser shots, but I think it's actually lined up with their beam shots. Let's actually do this. This way they can't knock the flak down. Because I now need that to get through their shields. Didn't actually delay it for the beam, but it did delay it for the laser. Well, we can't really get anything with that unless we wanted to upgrade the sensors. I'm just going to save scrap and buy another power bar in advance of the final phase. Actually, we don't really need to do that. We can shoot the boarding drone down with our defensive drone. Fight them at the base so we can try the runaway trick if we need to, although I don't think we're going to have to do that. Put a defensive drone up. Beam drone, get ready. I mistimed the hack a little bit, but it's fine. I think they might actually get a missile surge off here because we missed time, but no, they didn't. They're going to get the boarding drone through there probably because... I was going to say because we left the beam drone up, but actually they didn't. They didn't time it correctly. Cool. See if we can just completely break their shields here. We didn't, but it's fine. We need to use real power for this cloak. We do not want it to run out. Do the longest cloak we can. Halberd beam actually kills here. They only have one shield. We'll do 4 damage. It's fine. More power. And for this final phase, we will chew through the Zoltan shield quite quickly with beam drone plus multiple normal beam weapons and a flak to fire. We should really have got through this entire flagship fight without any damage at all, but we obviously took that in phase 1 because of the delayed shield hack. We might be able to take them down without ever losing our Zoltan shield. It depends on our dodges. Our beam drone has actually finished that off, so let's just hack shields now. I think they're actually going to delay their power surge long enough here. Start hacking shields now. Yeah, we'll be out of cloak, but we have effectively 8 shield bubbles now anyway. Farewell, brave beam drone. You face tanked a shot so that I didn't have to. Does mean that we can't use that to pile on extra damage here, but whatever. Let's do that and that and that. Missiles are down. They boarded us and mind controlled somebody. It's fine. We win on the next volley. They needed to get a bit more lucky than that and they didn't manage it. Halberd beam does 4 damage and we win. So, As I said, that should have been a 0 damage flagship fight if not for the hack on our shields in phase 1 that was delayed and therefore lined up perfectly with their laser. But what can we do? We still managed to pull off a win with a quite tricky ship. And we were able to recover from the bad early scrap sectors and ride the drops of 2 of the best weapons in the game. Which obviously, with most ships, if you get 2 of the best weapons in the game drop, you're in good shape. And yeah, we actually got over 6,000. That's quite strong. On Zoltan C, I tend to find the score tends to be quite low. But we did get long-range scanners partway through that run, and that really helped to turn things around, I think. Yeah. We also got a lot of beacons in that. The huge civilian nebula in Sector 7 was very, very helpful. And once again, as typical on a run where you get long-range scanners, more than one ratio of better than 1 ship defeated for every 2 beacons explored. So that is 2 of the ships that I'm worst with already out of the way, and we're 3 runs into this streak. Let's hope that bodes well for the future. Let's find out about the future. 3, 2, 1, and go. Well, Slug B, it's not getting easier, but I've done pretty reasonably with Slug B recently. So, and hey, let's maybe keep getting the bad ships out of the way, I guess. But we'll find out next time. So I hope that you enjoyed the run, and I will see you again later. Bye for now.